You know, that making so much. Uh, Wow, I'm trying to see. I'm making out. Oh, that's why. Uh,
You got it.
yeah, that was just pissing me off. All right, bet. There we go. Hey, Zach TV Day. RP Zach TV. Hey, man, tonight it's Zach TV Day. It's always like a tough day for me. Uh, I remember that day vividly when Zach TV had passed. Clip this. I remember I was having the Fuck Fame show, and I was doing all Chicago artists and shit, y'all know. And the show was basically like booked. All my slots was filled, and Zach wanted to have T Streets on the show, which was his homie. Um, Man, it's crazy. I remember that shit. Dude. And I remember other artists was calling me and was asking me for slots, and I'm just like, nah, man, they all booked up. And Zach hit me. He was in Vegas at this time. Uh, I believe it was him and his lady. They was in Vegas and stuff. And Zach called me. He was like, man, for a fame show, I want to put T Streets on that show. He's like, folks from such and such. I'm like, yeah. Now the whole time I had been telling all the artists, other artists, no, all the slots booked. But since me and Zach TV was like this, it's like bet. I'm gonna add T Streets on to the show. I told Zach. Zach like bet. Asked me about all the details on the show, what time the show started, all that, and I gave it to him. He like, yeah, once I get into town, me and T Streets gonna pull up. I'm like, I bet I got you. So the show going on, the show started and stuff like that. And I remember seeing Zach come through the door that night. And my cousin, Moya, was working the door. And I don't think she knew who Zach TV was. Because she actually charged Zach to get in that night. And I'm walking up, I'm like, Moya, he good. He good. Let him through. Let him through. Zach like, no, I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna pay. It's good. It's good. So Zach ended up paying to actually get into the show that night. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna give you. He like, nah, I'm straight. You ain't gotta give me no money. He like, nah, you ain't gotta give me no money back. And I'm like, babe, good Lord. That's my son Kenzo. It was his birthday, so they end up. I'm playing with toys. But Zach ended up coming into the show. I don't even think me and Zach had really dapped or matter of fact, I think we like talked for like a moment when Zach had came that day. And when he came that night to the show. And I think it was like real briefly, like real quick. And that night was just so weird for me because Zach normally like You seeing all his teeth. He's smiling. He coming in. He's shaking. He dapping people up. All that. And this night he was just like different. And I'm not the only person that know that Zach was like he wasn't the same this night. And hold on, y'all. Let me make sure all my strings right. Okay, let me go to this. So I'm not the only one that recognized that night that Zach was different that night. Like he wasn't the same Zach TV to me. And I ain't really paying no attention. For a moment I was like, I know he ain't mad about he paid to get in. He know I'm gonna get that money back to him. I'm gonna get that money back to him. But it was just that it was just his energy was just like so different that night. And I remember just watching Zach just move through the crowd, move through the crowd, move through the crowd. He's just talking to people, talking to people. Zach, what's up? What's up? What's up? But he went all like up like Zach normally. Zach normally is just full of energy. He wasn't like that night. But it could have been because he was tired. He was in Vegas with his lady and stuff like that. I know a lot of people was like, Zach energy seemed low, but I just felt like, he could have been tired. But I know normally he have his camera out, like he ain't have his camera out. Like that was something that was like new to me because normally when Zach at like my events, he always got the camera rolling. You know what I'm saying? He getting me to do drops. He normally getting other artists to do drops. Like Zach, like he lived with that camera. And that night, he didn't have his camera out. And that was something that was different. And I remember it wasn't no altercations inside the building that night. Uh, but it was said that someone that was at the show didn't like AMG Fresh. Uh, it was kind of like, I think AMG Fresh was performing. He shouted out some people or some shit like that. And some people in the crowd, like they didn't like the people that AMG Fresh was shouting out. That's crazy to be thinking about all that. It's crazy. I ain't really talked about this shit in so long because it's weird. When Zach passed that night, like a lot of people lost their lives when Zach lost his. But it's just one of them nights like that I never forget. Because I was literally standing outside and we heard the shots. Boom, 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 boom. And I think I had DJ Morris or DJ Sean come outside because I was paying them for the night. And I remember I said, I'm like, all them shots, man, somebody just got put up. A few minutes later, I get a call and they say Zach just got shot. That night when I heard those shots, I did not think that was going to be my dog that get hit up like that. Like he was just in the show, like just showing everybody like just mad love. But his energy was still low that night. He had a real low vibration, but I felt like he was traveling, so he could have been tired. But I didn't think that night when I think that was DJ Morris. I told him like, damn man, they just fucked somebody up. The whole time that person it was Zach. I ain't know that was gonna be Zach, man. And that was just one of them nights where everybody was just like weird to me. Uh, I remember, and I'm gonna tell y'all some shit. Like, it's some real shit. We all know like AMG Fresh, T Streets, AMG Fresh Girl was with Zach that night. Zach was protecting AMG Fresh that night. And Zach had put AMG Fresh in his car that night. Whoever AMG Fresh was into it with, pull up, blowing. Zach got hit multiple times and passed away. If y'all watch that video, that like went viral, showing them jumping out of Zach's car. It was a video showing people jumping out of Zach's car, getting into their car. Now, what AMG Fresh told me in T Streets was that they was taking AMG Fresh and his girl to their car. AMG Fresh girl, she got out the car. She was going to her car. Fresh was still talking to Zach and T Streets in the car. Vehicle pull up. A dude hanging out the whip. Zach, I guess he tried to like drive off, he like hit a car pole or something. And when I talked to AMG Fresh and I talked to T Streets, I asked them. I never told nobody this, but like, yo, all right, bet. 30 seconds. Let's go. I never told nobody. I never talked about it, but I did ask T Streets, why did you go back to the car when y'all jumped out the car after the shooting? What made you go back to Zach's car and not help Zach? And hold on, y'all. Let me put this title in. Sorry if I'm giving it to y'all slow. I gotta bring my Instagram people over here real quick. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. What the fuck is it? It's not working. All right, so I end up asking T Streets, like, bruh, what happened? Like, bruh, I had a What did y'all leave Zach? Because I really wanted to know that. And it's a true story right here. Folks said he left his Versace slides in the car. So I'm like, you left your Versace slides in the car? He said, yeah, I left my Versace slides in the car. This me talking to him face to face. Because if y'all know, I shot the Chicago documentary. AMG Fresh was on the documentary. And this was after Zach death. I put AMG Fresh on the documentary. And I told him that was the dumbest and craziest shit ever. Like, how did y'all leave, bro? Shot up in that car and didn't take the wheel, take him to the hospital or nothing. I never understood. Y'all jumped in the car and pulled off and left him. I asked T Streets, what happened? He said, folks said that they was coming back. We was just trying to get out of there. And I know T Streets loves that. And if you ever been into like a shootout, it's scary. I understand that. I've been shot before. I totally understand that. But I just can't understand how the guys left folks in the car dying. I don't know how they did that. And to this day, that always like be on my mind. Like to this day, I always feel like how did they leave Zach TV in the car? Like y'all said y'all love, bro, but left him in the car to die. Shot up, and he was the same. Zach was the same person at that time that he literally put his life on the line to help, to aid and assist the guys, because the guys was caught up in the jam at that time. Yo, shit, on live right quick talking about Zach. Yeah, hell yeah. Come on, I'm gonna bring you up. I'm gonna bring you up. I'm on there. That's Killer Kills. But I never understood that. Folks say he went to go get his Versace slides. They said like the people was coming back, so they hopped in the car, just went wherever they went. That I don't believe that they went in a car, stole his money like the stories that was being told. I believe that they just panicked. That night was just a crazy night, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like my show, it was a great show. It was a great show. Like, man, we made a lot of money that night. And it was like it was successful because I've thrown a lot of events and I've never had nothing happen at none of my venues. So this was the first time that something happened, but it was outside my venue, but it was still like my venue because Zach was my dog. If you know this. That was my dog. You can go to his YouTube page. Man, him on there just playing one-on-one basketball. I used to be tapping his ass all the time. No homo. I used to be beating him and hooping all the time, man. And I was fake rapping and doing all types of stuff. And you go on his page, you just see like he supported the kid. So like on days like this, like when his day come back around, I'd definitely be like in my feelings because like that was the day when I really just stopped everything with Chicago. I didn't want to do nothing. I didn't throw no more shows. I did open up my store because that was something that I wanted to do, and I had been talking about it. My second store did end up opening up, as y'all know, I ended up getting a lot of break-ins. But yeah, man, that night was acting was just crazy. And my boy Fresh, rest in peace to him. Uh, I ain't never like we all was cool. Like all of us used to talk. They was out. He was out from the Gardens. That's where Fresh was from. And I remember he was telling me like his girl was getting a lot of threats and Instagram from social media. People was calling their phones. Like he wasn't really sleeping. He couldn't really like he was moving. Like our conversations used to be because I really was trying to figure it out. Like, bro, why you leave? Why you leave, bro? Like me and bro used to follow each other. I think I probably still follow him. But if you look on Instagram, you ain't gonna see him following me no more because I know he kind of like got in his feelings because I kind of like just branched away because it was just like, man, you fool was protecting you, and Zach was protecting Fresh, and the streets knew that, and he got hit up, and y'all just left him in that truck. I think he had a little Jeep or something at that time, and y'all just left him in that Jeep. So yeah, I felt some type of way, like I just was like, yeah, I'm gonna branch off from that situation because I know how this street shit go. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't see like none of them at the funeral. Uh, T Streets, Zach, he vouched for him. And Streets was a good nigga. I just don't know how they just left bro in that car that day. Like Zach, the reason I know wrong, free wrong, man. But Zach, the hood CNN, man, it'll never be nobody like Zach. Uh, Zach wasn't afraid to go nowhere. Like I should be like, man, you good? You going over there, man? He's like, man, I'm straight. Like Zach going to do those interviews. But I always to this day, I just be like, damn. And that day was weird. It was just the weirdest day ever. Out of 15 events, that I had that day, Zach was like just to himself. He was to himself. Morris or DJ Sean, I believe that was a Morris. Because I called him. I'm like, man, come outside real quick so I can pay him. Pop, 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 pop. I just remember hearing them shots. I remember getting that call, and I just remember I was hollering, like, what the I couldn't believe it. They're like, yeah, they putting him in the car. People say he going to Northwestern. I get calls later. They like, yeah, Zach gone. I knew from then that the city was going to be on fire. I knew the city was going to be on fire. Zach helped build a lot of careers, especially on the BD side. Zach did all those interviews on that side. You can go back and look. He got like Dirk first interviews and all of them. He had LA Rondo, all of them. All of them. That boy forever a legend, man. And, and even to this day, I always feel like the streets don't never give Zach his respect. Like Zach was a GOAT. Real GOAT, real pioneer, boy. I appreciate it. Hey, man, Zach was a real GOAT. And I know all the other people in Chicago, they like do their thing, but one thing about Zach that made him different from everybody else, he never was beefing with nobody, and he never picked no sides. Like he was from 10-5. Zach never picked no sides. No GD, no BD, no Vice Lord, no Foes, no Stones, no nothing. Zach will come do you, then do your ops an hour later. Like that's how he was. He wasn't gonna tell nobody location. He wasn't gonna get nobody no phone numbers, none of that shit. You feel me? And he would talk to the artists about certain things. Nah, well, don't say this, don't do that. He'll try to keep it real mutual. He couldn't stop nothing. You feel me? Because people gonna do what they want. And but I know everybody was just on this like on the Kenita Jenkins story and all that shit. That shit was weak. That shit ain't had nothing to do with Zach death. Zach died that night protected AMG first. That's true. That night I had learned a valuable lesson, like just mind your business. Like just mind your business. That I actually it made me not even want to be close to people. Cause I looked at that situation like damn. Watch the nigga in protect mode. If you know, Zach had his FOI card. Fresh ain't had no pipe on him. Shorty and them had pipes. Zach, come on, I'm gonna take you to your car. I'm gonna protect you. I ain't gonna let nothing happen to you. T Streets and AMG Fresh told me this shit out their own mouth. I'm pretty sure they told somebody else this. Fresh and T Streets was in the back, I think. And Fresh Girl was in the front. But both of them told me like, yeah, this what happened. Shawty was on his ass, on Fresh ass, and Zach jumped into protection mode. But he cared about Fresh. So I jumped into protect mode. Like Zach went out here catching hats. He just was like, all right, I know them. They see you with me getting in my car, it's gonna be some protect. Like maybe they gonna let it be a pass until Fresh got in his car, right? I know Zach didn't think for 1 second that Shorty and them pull up and blow his whip down. I don't think he was thinking that. I think he felt like he was Zach. Motherfucker gonna get a pass. Come on, I'm gonna take you to your car. I don't think he thought that him putting food in his car and taking it that it'd happen. But I definitely talked to them because motherfuckers told me. It's like, damn, you left, folks. Learned a lot from that shit. I ain't gonna lie, a lot.